So to celebrate the client refresh, I thought we would do something fun, and I'm going to be doing a series of videos that are all based on OTK decks, that is to say one-turn kill decks, the sorts of things that are combo decks in Legends. Up front, for each of these videos, these do not represent optimized lists for the most part. These are things that I've just kind of thrown together because I wanted to demonstrate the concepts of these. So if you're looking for refined lists, you can check out places like Legends Decks and Tessel Pro, etc., etc. But yeah, today we're going to do Ring of Namira Monk. This is a combo deck that tries to, as the name implies, win with Ring of Namira. Now, to pull this off, you play Ring of Namira, and then you play 2 Dawnstar Healers, or you can also have 1 Dawnstar and 1 Ebonheart Oracle, though 2 Dawnstars is typically preferred. And then you hit your opponent, and as long as there's no prophecies that interrupt it, the continuing damage of Dawnstar healing you when a rune is broken, and then the healing triggering Ring of Namira to damage your opponent, which breaks another rune, blah, 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 will kill your opponent. So the rest of this list is essentially a bunch of defensive stuff and or stuff that draws cards, right? So Shadow Shift draws cards and is also a utility card. Disguise will potentially hide a combo piece and also draws a card. A bunch of lethal creatures and or things like Brotherhood Slayer, because if you want to do the full combo from hand, you either have to have the Ring of Magicka, or you can also get away with Completed Contract. So we do run Astrid and lethal creatures. We do run Brotherhood Slayer to potentially get that contract. We run Ruin Archaeologists and Treasure Maps. Treasure Maps represent card draw. Ruin Archaeologist, if you play a treasure map on it, the only support we run is Ring of Namira. Since it's a unique legendary, it's kind of important that you find it, so having some sort of dedicated tutor helps. We run some drain creatures, largely to be defensive. I mean, obviously they turn into offense with the ring, but we're not really trying to play the ring till we are ready to just combo and win anyway. So really the drain creatures are either an alternate win condition with the ring if you can't find your Dawnstar healers, or they just keep you alive. Spot removal, again, Vivek is more about surviving, some more yellow-based removal. Yeah, that's kind of the gist of the deck. Again, not necessarily a super refined list. So with that in mind, we're going to just jump onto the ladder and see if we can get it to work. This is going to be kind of fun. It's been a while since I've done what most people would consider meme decks or for fun decks. Lately, it's been a lot of deck testing videos, deck spotlights, things like that. So yeah, we're going to do Ring of Namira Monk. I think we'll probably give Wisp Raiders a go. We'll give Unite the Houses a go. It's really hard to do like a Jarl dedicated deck, so we'll probably just throw him in Unite the Houses, call it good there. I will end up doing, just as a forewarning, probably at least one video on the Nixox combo, because that is technically an OTK, but also I have not yet tried it with the new client and the new animations, and I'm really curious to see if it can be done, and if so, what are the challenges that we face. I don't think we want any of these in our opener. Waiting till turn 5 to do something feels pretty bad, and we would like to find combo pieces like Dawnstar here, so... Interesting. Kind of gave us a little bit of a timer there for the mulligan phase, but on the turn timer. I'm noticing like little things about the client here and there, and I really enjoy it. I really like it, so go ahead and draw. Another way you can pull off the combo, and that's why we do run these, is if this discounts Ring of Namira, then you don't need the Ring of Magicka. You can also just do the combo outside of like the one turn setup. It's just that you have to like hope your Dawnstar healer lives, hope your Ring of Namira lives, things like that. So that's why typically you say you aim for 13 Magicka, and then you go from there. No, let's actually use this here. I think that's fine. We are going to go ahead and hit him, because when you do get to that point where you're ready to do the combo, you have to break a rune to start it. So typically you kind of act as like a primer by getting them down to 26 so that any 1 damage will then start the combo. Apparently, sweet rolls are a legendary. It's my first sweet roll created in the new client as well. We are playing against Redder here. Amulet and... So, Orc Clan Captain didn't really tell me a whole lot, but Amulet tells me this actually might be a more defensive...
Scrumptious. You will die where you
a more defensive version of...
I'll lead my family to glory.
Veteran. I'm going to go ahead and play the Astrid here because if it does survive, we can just kill this. That will give us the contract. Then we'll go from there. Going to save this treasure map. If we get a second one, we can go ahead and use one kind of frivolously. But if we don't have to use it, I like saving one because if we do draw our treasure hunt creature, then having it ready to go is incredibly helpful. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get our contract. Also, I don't want him to charge into our Astrid and outright get rid of it, so we'll put the Murkwater Witch over here. And then, again, because of the amulet, we'll just get him back to 26. Play it safe. So, the good news is we did not have the ring, but we did find a contract, so if we find our combo pieces and we get to... 12 magicka, essentially 13 with the contract, we can go ahead and pull this off.
To Namira, whose sphere is the
we do want to try to do this in one turn, given that this is likely a control version of Redoran. That means they probably have some form of support removal, whether that is Shadowfen Priest or something else. I mean, this looks like Doomcrag Redoran, if I'm being just completely honest.
I bark and birth. This is
Alright, so we have 2 Dawnstar healers. Now we just need to find the ring and have, like, any of our creatures survive. We could push damage there. If I'm being entirely honest, the right move probably is to push damage there, but I really want to do the combo. So
to the tribunal's lackeys.
The reason that you traditionally want to push damage there is because they already have a million cards anyway. And we have an Ebonheart now. Okay. We have lots of ways to do the old life gain thing. We don't want him drawing, like, more cards.
Cut your purse and your throat.
He's already got a good draw engine going. He's going to cycle through much faster than us. So despite the fact that it is a 70 card deck to our 50 card deck, they've got a much better engine.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
And so for us, the hunt begins. Now, we do have, 38 cards, but we've got 3 of the guys that will let us treasure hunt, which makes things a little bit easier. And the Ring of Namira. So that technically gives us like 4 cards out of 37 that'll get us our pieces. So it's not intensely dire as of yet. I do think that we just pass here, actually. As boring as that is.
Namira hungers for blood.
Alright, so they found a second Namira. Not great for us. Suppose there was an argument to be made that could have denied them some card draw there, but...
We draw power from their blood.
And they're also gonna get a blood magic spell. It's a really good turn for our opponent. Now, we've got some decisions to make, but I think that we still just blow up the javelin. Or, excuse me, use the javelin on the Namira here. Blow that up.
My scales move in shadow.
And let's go ahead and put this Moonlight Werebat here to threaten a trade. See if we can draw out some removal. There is the removal. Cradle Crush will clear our little guys.
Feed my clan.
Alright, well, that's a Vivek. Which honestly isn't a terrible play. Like, if we play it in an Exalted, it will just eat a removal, but at least we forced the removal. Cast into Time here also feels pretty good. Or here, I mean, either one, realistically. But he's already got value from this. I mean, I suppose we could go Cast into Time and play our Ebonheart to threaten trading here. That seems good enough. Set that with a cast.
The 9 inspire us.
Maybe draw out more removal, and then we'll play the Vivek next turn. Because realistically, we're just trying to stall until we find our combo pieces.
By Arce's beard, stay back.
They catch us with the Earthbone. Now they're gonna go ahead and connect with this as well because they want to draw even more cards. Again, being that this is most likely Doomcrag Redoran. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put this over here. So an ideal top deck here would be our 2/5 guy with Treasure Hunt, because we want to be able to treasure map and search going into the next turn, but it does not appear that that is going to be the case, so go ahead and take that. Again, there is zero, I repeat, zero chance this survives, but we are mostly doing it just to draw out removal here. Opponent's hand is full. I think they may have burned the Skaven. I don't remember seeing the Skaven come down. There's also this conscription.
Praise to Namira, whose fear is the ancient darkness.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Alright, so they're also going to pop that guard over there, which is a wise move.
The stench of the living. To oblivion with you.
And again, our draws aren't doing us any favors at the moment, sadly. So we're going to go ahead and do this. See what we can get lucky with there. I think we're going to do this as well. Vivek will die this turn. He'll run some creatures into it, do something. It's not looking great for us. We did not end up drawing our combo pieces, and he's going to actually gain enough health now that it will put us out of range of being able to hit him. So as long as he keeps us from breaking a rune, there won't be much that we can do.
To the tribunal's lackeys.
So this one is looking like it's going to be over.
I just want a chance to prove myself.
It's a really good play for our opponent because, again, if he just gains a million health, then we can't OTK him.
I just want a chance to prove myself.
Playing multiple cards because I want to cycle with the shrine. They're not in any danger. They know that I can't break a rune. I can't even come close.
Namira
Oof.
hungers
I
for
bark
blood.
and birth. This is interesting.
Quality raised
I
dead.
smell
And
the
a
stench
second
of the living.
Barrowstalker, so... Sanctuary Pet buys us a little bit of time. Not really a lot of time, but a little bit of time. So ultimately that is the best that we got. But our opponent has a stacked hand. Lots of removal. Lots of creatures on the board. And we didn't even make it halfway through our
Wrong
deck.
place
We have all these
Night
defensive
Stroll.
tools for the aggro matchup.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
Alright. It's a really good play by our opponent.
I will cut you.
And so now, even if we had the pieces, the OTK does not matter because we cannot break a rune. And in fact, we probably won't ever get to a position where we can break a rune, which is really depressing.
It would appear that dinner is served.
Our opponent almost
I
has
will cut you
as many
ear
cards
to
left
ear.
in their deck as we do.
If I fall,
I guess we'll put this
the
over here.
East will reclaim me.
Because it theoretically has the potential to soak more, but
Don't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me.
Looks
again, that's
dead
a
to me.
pretty big theoretical.
Orcs at the ready.
Hey, there's the Ring of Namira. So, essentially, if we had the ability to do the combo, right? If they were at 26, then we could pull it off. But this actually made it so that we can't Grizzly Gourmet anything. Trying to think if there's anything that we can draw that gets us out of this. And I don't think there is. Dawn's Wrath would have at least blown that up. But again, that puts him at even more health.
You're so sweet, I could just eat you up.
So we're gonna go ahead and die to just essentially what's on the board. We did find our combo pieces, but sadly, completely irrelevant.
Don't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me.
I mean, we can play this,
I
but
do not fear
again,
death.
completely irrelevant.
We must protect our stronghold. We must protect our stronghold.
Sure. douche-nick it
I love
up.
to play with dead things.
Alright. Not an ideal showing, but we're just going to hop right into another game. See if we can't get this to go off. I mean, we kind of went according to plan. We did relatively well. It was really just the life gain there. Like, we had enough to pull off our combo. In terms of magicka, in terms of cards. We were in a position where we were unable to break a rune. So, as long as we play against an opponent that isn't at 40 health, we got a shot. Anyway, we know that we can draw the pieces. Alright, so now we're up against Tribunal. So this ought to be interesting. I don't think we want any of these to start. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep the Murkwater Witch. Because Ward Crafter is a thing, Harpy is a thing. Didn't get a whole lot better, though. So, Tribunal, traditionally, is also a control deck, just like what we played against. However, Tribunal decks, again, traditionally speaking, don't have as many ways to gain health. They have Archcannon, obviously. Sometimes they run the 4-drop. But hopefully we can use this to our advantage and play the long game and then get a solid OTK. Now, also potentially working in our advantage is we do have the Ring of Magicka, so we don't have to worry about trying to get a contract. Again, really important because of Cast into Time, because of things that can kill supports.
You will die where you stand. I bark and birth.
All right.
This is interesting.
No combo pieces, but that's okay. All right, we found one.
I will cut your purse throat. Your throat.
Let's go ahead and let's send this over. All right, so now we have 2 combo pieces. So at this point, we just try to stall, right, for the next, 8 or so turns. Interesting that they just bolted me.
I will cut your purse.
And find Ring of Namira. Like, that is literally all we have to do here. I think they just lightning bolted me because they were afraid I was going to make them overdraw. But our hand is pretty defensive. Now, there are lots of ways that you can improve this deck. I did say at the beginning of this video, this is not optimized. A lot of Namira Shrines tonight. Okay. Namira Shrine is, in fact, one of the ways that you can potentially optimize things. Playing a lot of cheap cards to cycle through can certainly go a long way. You could play like Merchant's Camel, for example, to dig deeper and then just prioritize picking Ring of Namira, obviously. If you do go that route, you'll probably want to increase your Ebonheart Oracle account, Speak of the Devil, just because... actually, let's do this one. If you get given the choice where you have like Dawnstar, Ring of Namira, you need a way to still OTK, and at that point you'll have to rely on Ebonheart plus Dawnstar plus Ring of Namira. So yeah, Camel can be risky, but obviously it helps you dig, so benefits, drawbacks. He executed my spider. My purdy spider. Alright, we have 2 javelins and a Dawn's Wrath. I think we're still going to crash this in here, though, and then just do this. We'll end up just drawing out more removal, which is fine. Kind of want to save the hard removal for the big boys and just keep stuff out of my hand. So there it is. Found some removal. Curious to see, I was going to say if he gives me a card here or not. We will take a free javelin. I mean, not having to pay for it feels pretty good. Play a bet, threaten to recoup some health. Alright, so ideally we just want to find a Ring of Namira here in like the next 3 turns.
Behold my creation. The
Ooh.
perfect life.
I have to assume he's going to take the Endoral there. Which I think I'm just going to go ahead and make this a 3-3 so that it potentially trades. Now, he may just remove it, but again, that's fine. Alright, so in the next 2 turns, we really hope to either draw our ring or, you know, find some more card draw options to get us there. Alright, so we did have removal.
Witness my genius.
Oh, not bad. Could have been worse for us. Could have been way worse for us. Well, we found a map, so if we can find our treasure hunt guy, that would certainly go a long way. Let's just go ahead and javelin that. We'll also play Astrid. Again, Astrid's just going to eat removal, but we at least threaten it. We are 40% of the way through our deck, with 4 cards left that will find us a ring, the ring itself or our other guy, right? So a little bit more than a 10% draw to get us there.
I long to feast on their marrow.
And an execute. Okay.
To oblivion with you.
I mean, we do have the javelin to maybe hit this and then drop like Fighter's Guild. So that saves our Dawn's Wrath. So I do think that's ideal.
If I fall, the Hist will reclaim me.
Part of me thought about just kind of letting him hit me. We've already eaten 1 lightning bolt. Oh, apparently 2 lightning bolts, so reduces a bit of the burst Tribunal has, but we have to worry about like Uncano into Dark Rebirths or A Night to Remember, so
They've no move we can't anticipate.
Mastermind. Tell you what, the minute that we can run a 3rd color with our willpower agility stuff that lets us dig deeper, I think Ring of Namira is going to be a lot of fun.
You can tell them you thought of it.
Alright, so they play the Moon Moth. Alright, so we are going to Grizzly Gourmet and trade into that. We'll probably play our Archaeologist and Treasure Map over here.
We're on the cusp
Let's
of a
actually
major
just do that
discovery.
now. So that's also pretty helpful. So we can play the Grizzly Gourmet.
Just eat you up.
To oblivion with
Smack that. Let's put this in front of one of these as well, just to give us a little bit of a buffer. And hope that something survives that can attack. For one, and that our opponent doesn't gain health. So really, we're kind of banking on our little 1/2s over there. Now again, there is no guarantee when we pull this off that it will do the OTK because prophecies can interrupt the process. So, Piercing Javelin, Lightning Bolt, those are our worst friends. Harpies do nothing. 2 Lightning Bolts and a Javelin have already went, so that is something else to consider. Alright, Ice Storm was a good quality counterplay for our opponent. Oof. If they wouldn't have hit something that killed this and didn't hit a guard, then we would have potentially just won there. That was huge for our opponent and very, very bad for us. We were so close to the combo. Man. Alright, so we have Hive Defender. Hive Defender does not survive Alina, so we kind of have to do that there. And we'll go ahead and put the Thieves Guild recruit over there. And then hope that this survives with no guards, no health gain. I mean, I have a feeling it's not going to, but... And then execute, Firebolt, something. Sorcerer's Negation. Brotherhood Slayer is potentially nice.
Give me a name.
That might be enough. If they had the Firebolt or something, then that might have been enough. I don't know why you would negate your own Marak there. Feels awkward.
A grievous error.
So here we go.
I've got you covered. They won't get past me.
It's nothing personal.
All right. You gotta hope for no whammies here. No prophecy whammies. We are gonna heal so hard our opponent dies. I can feel it. Yes! Yes! And there you have it. Ring of Namira, OTK. So, again, another control matchup, but manageable this time because our opponent couldn't gain health. The real trick is making sure that you can trigger the rune break once you get your combo pieces, and against the other player, we just simply could not. So, sure, I guess we'll take this. Don't know why I'm getting that now, but hey, it's a new client. It's got a little kinks to work out. But, yeah, fun. So... hopefully you enjoyed it. More OTK decks to come in the next couple of videos. So thanks for watching. And until next time, may you walk on warm sands.